Us and guide us, help us through this time. And we just ask all of these blessings be upon all of us through you and the power of thy Holy Spirit. O ke ia ka ule o kahea I loko kaino ka mapua ke keiki a me ka uhane he molene. Mai ke ao kumole a hiki ke ao pahoa. Amen. Mahalo. Thank you, everybody, all of the community workers from the National Park, the National Guard, our police officers, especially the civil defense, our mayor's office, governor's office, the legislatures. But you know what? How's about we thank each other? Let's just mahalo each other. Give the person next to you right in that a big hug. Show them aloha. Tell them we're here for you. Right on. That's how. Unconditional aloha. There you go. That's the way we're going to survive in Puna. Puna strong. Puna is resilient. And people are going to learn from us. The world is going to learn from us. Right? All right. Aloha.
So next, what we have on top is housing, and we're going to have Roy talking more to address the housing issues.
Okay, tonight it's time for us to ask you folks questions to better understand your different circumstances and your preferences. So we're going to do a little experiment, and hopefully technology works for us tonight. So you'll be getting one of these clickers. Yep, okay, so they'll be handing it out. Try and take just one per household. So I'll be asking a few questions, and you just select A, B, C, D. And the way it works is, every time you click, you can click as many times as you want. And when I say close, then your last entry will be the one that gets taken. So you can change your mind as long as I don't say close. Another thing is, make sure you return it. This doesn't work with any TV. When it is, whatever you click is anonymous. So we don't know who is voting what. Okay, so this tonight, this is just a snapshot, just a peek tonight. If this works in subsequent meetings with the community, we may try to use this technology to quickly get an idea of what the people in the room are thinking, and that the silent majority can have a voice as well. Okay? People got your clickers? Okay, so first question, where is your property? A, Lilani Estates, B, Puna Gardens, C, along Pahoa Road, D, along Highway 132 on Pahoa to Pahoa Road, or any other place. So go ahead and click. I'm watching the number up here. You cannot see it fully, but that tells me how many people are clicking. So when that number kind of starts, because I don't know how many clickers got distributed, then I'll close it. Ready? Okay, closing. Turn down the lights.
I think Leilani's going to win.
Okay, so you see the results? 33% Leilani,
That's pretty good.
5% Lani audience, 3% along Poiki Road, 18% along Highway 132, but the greatest number outside of this area, other.
Those are rigged numbers.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, next time we gotta. So a lot of the other maybe Pahoa vacation land. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
good. Okay, thank you.
We got others, a bunch of others.
Okay, your property. Okay. Owned by you as your primary residence, rented by you, a second home, a short-term rental, or a farm or ranch where you did not live, or something else. Okay, closing. Oh, wow, okay, so most of the people here, you own your home as your primary residence. Okay, what is the status of your property? Was it destroyed, still standing but inaccessible, standing but in the mandatory evacuation area, still standing but in the voluntary evacuation area of the Lani and Pahoa Road, or other area? Okay, closing. %17 destroyed. A lot of you in the voluntary, about 25% of you in the voluntary evacuation area. But what is the other? Just outside in the air quality, bad air quality area, I'm thinking. Okay, where are you staying now? In your home? In the Pahoa shelter, in the KL shelter, with friends or family, renting elsewhere, or something else? Okay, closing. Wow. Okay, 40% still in your homes. Technical difficulty.
Okay, next question.
Hello, everybody. I've been a resident of North Capone Street for about 40 years, and I know we're trying to be good by going into the cordon areas and doing exactly what the citizen tells us to do. Would there make a difference if we did more to help us through civil defense, to help us stay in our homes? Like, what if we put the air control or air quality meters in our yards, more help to the neighborhood watch? I would be proud to join civil defense if that would help. I would be right there on the ground working with you. maybe a conditional use permit. I mean, like the National Parks have. That's it. I mean, if we can do anything to move back, let me know. Thank you.
You know, we hear you, we understand, you know, to live in your own place is definitely the best place to be. But like I said earlier, we're looking out for your safety. And, you know, I talked to a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people want to get back into their houses, but a lot of people, they see the inundation, the gas inundation, the impacts. It's not like it was before. It's not comfortable like it was before. And as long as that volcano is going off, and there's a potential, a pretty severe potential for the flow to break loose, the inundation will be so quick. By the way I see that thing flowing, by the way the volcano flows, that it's too big of a risk. And so we're watching it, and we're making sure we're evaluating all the time. USGS, Hawaii Volcano Observatories, they brought people from all over the country, all over the world, and they're working, they're modeling, they're using their education, their experience to help us out. And I think our decisions are sound. You're definitely welcome to come join our community emergency response teams. You know, they're a big part, and I thank them for everything they're doing. You know, you can serve us that way and serve your community as well. Thank you.
So my question is, are we safe in Lower Kona? And the plates being removed, is that something that's a reason for the plates being removed? Are we safe down there? I mean, you're saying that you're opening it up and letting it go. I see Peacock's blocked off, Leilani's blocked off, Black Sand's not, called upon, and on around. I mean, so it's kind of, it seems like you're picking and choosing which areas are being blocked off. And am I safe in Black Sands? There's Pelly there, there's earthquakes constantly. Are we safe? Are we all safe from this road to that road and around? That's my question.
Okay, good question. Some of it's going to have to be your choice as well. Now that we've got several access points for you, it's not limited to 130 with all the cracks on it. So that was one of the decisions. If folks that are comfortable with the gas levels, with the fallout, you know, whether you can put in a mitigation, filters for your water system. You can lock up your houses as far as keeping the gases out. You know, just speaking from experience, living up in Volcano from 2008, we have to deal with that. Like I said earlier in past meetings, you learn to watch the forecast. You close your house up ahead of time. If you can't handle it, you know, you leave the area, you drive, or go down the road. Sometimes the swath, the steam flume is, or the gas flume is so narrow, you can go to the next block and get out of it. In the worst case situations, the people had to move out of the volcano because they couldn't handle it. But, you know, we're looking out for safety for you guys. But
is there going to be, like, I mean, if something were to go down, lower rift of the plates, I mean, is there going to be a siren or helicopters going to be deployed? I mean, how are we going to, like, be prepared, like you said? I mean, we can only be so prepared until we're inundated, so like we said.
Right, so you guys have sirens, down they call upon them, and I know there's some, we try to improve the connectivity as far as cell phones, so you can receive text, email, and so forth to the Seaview area. So you can get our texts and our alerts. And so we'll do that, and always, as always, we go door to door if we need to in the remote areas. Thank you.
So I also live in the uninhabitable area, and are anxious to get back. Actually, we are about 3/4 through the way of building a house there and unable to finish. And I attended the town hall meeting the other day. I saw the lawyers in the morning and the politicians in the afternoon, and I needed at least a week rest after that. But I thought I heard that you wanted to see 6 months of consistent activity by the volcano before any boundaries would be changed. Was that true? Or did I?
In previous events, that was this decision, the mayor and USGS, 6 months time frame. It's going to have to be event by event that you look at it.
Yeah, I just didn't want to be so arbitrary that it could be, you know, perhaps a Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, but we've got some. I think the other question that I was curious, I also think I heard that before any determination of condemnation or whatever, there would be a hearing before that was determined. Is that correct?
I'm not sure about the specific process, but it's a pretty rigorous process. It goes through many reviews, at many levels. So it's not just one stroke of a pen that's going to do it.
Okay.
It takes a lot of planning and so forth. So, and we have a lot of options on the table, and so you know, it's not just one solution.
Thank you. That it was upon Department of Health's request that the alert level on SO2 was alerted as elevated levels. However, when I went to civil defense yesterday, whoever it was I talked to, I believe it was Josh, they used to tell me what that level was because the Department of Health SO2 monitors at Pahoa High School was really screwed up. It read as high as 300 something, and it read over 251 parts per million. A Marza said it was 3 or 4, which is 100 times less than what the Department of Health SO2 monitors were saying. And I never got a response from civil defense except until I called Department of Health that it was in fact in error. So, one, when did folks find out it was in error? Two, why wasn't there a notice sent out to the rest of us? A lot of us were sick. You know, a lot of us, I know a bunch of people closed down shops. I know Opuna closed down. And I was telling people to lock themselves or if they can leave the area too, because I was looking at the Department of Health site saying 300 parts per million. So one, whether or not there's error, and two, why wasn't there an all clear sign so that people who left could come home? That's right. So those are my questions.
Well, we're still tweaking the system. There was a monitor that gave that high reading, but actually that reading was came out in a different calibration because part per billion instead of part per million. And so that's what is explained to me. As far as the all clear, you know, I understand that, but you know, what I was getting to earlier, we put out the message for those folks that there was going to be high levels. You know, if you know you need to leave the area, leave, or if you need to secure your place, secure your place. This is all a learning curve in this lower Puna area. Everything, all of this was experienced in Volcano already. You guys never got it before, so you guys are going through it for the first time. you'll see, although trays are supposed to be blowing 90% of the time, you're going to get slack wind, and it's going to inundate you guys. So the University of Hawaii site, the VMAP site, it'll give you the forecast. Anytime you hear the weather people talk about Kona winds, you're going to get inundated. Trays are your friends back in Pahoa.
Okay, so that's my request basically. If you guys are gonna say elevated levels, please let us know what the levels are, because we're looking at 3 different types of sites, and the EPA site, basically referred to the Department of Health site, which was an error. And there wasn't a problem for many months, because there are people who are tracking it, and until yesterday. Okay, so we didn't expect it to be an error, okay? Second thing is, if you're gonna say to leave, elevated levels, please let us know when it's actually okay to come back. Thank you.
Okay, my question base is, I live in Lonnie Puna, one of the last 3 houses in Lonnie Puna, plus there's 6 more houses below me. Now, my question is, there's no access there, and there's not supposed to be anybody in that area, yet there has been. My gates were cut, everybody's gates were cut, the locks are gone, people got into the houses. Let's see if there's boats coming in from Hawaii, they're not being monitored. And there doesn't seem to be anybody down there to monitor. I'm wondering if National Guard would be posted down there. I know they're worried about safety, but you have an LT right there in that parking lot. You can get everybody out in a hurry. And they're also walking across the lava from California. Now, I don't know who's doing what, but I can leave my house, but if I can't get in, I don't want anybody else getting in. And then on top of that, if we do get in there and it's our house, we're going to get fined $500 for being trespassing, as I understand it. And I don't know who's responsible for that fine. And if they're going to fine people, then get rid of the ones that aren't supposed to be there. Or at least ask them to stay in their own damn house, not everybody else's. Woo! Yeah, that's it.
The police are aware of what's going on. They're taking action. Residents can make access. I know some have gone by boat, others are preparing to go by helicopter, and some have already. So if you want to go to your house and you got the means, just let us know so we can clear the airspace and we can make that happen.
Really? So you're saying we can get permission to get to our house? Because nobody's told me that before.
No, it's a voluntary evacuation area, so people have been going in there to check on their houses.
Okay. Well, if somebody's down at the dock taking names, at least ask them, why are you here? Do you belong here? Where are you going? How long are you going to be there? That would help them out. At least they wouldn't be wandering around. Well, I'm just looking for a stray dog.
So our protocol now has been, if on our flights we see somebody, we'll pick up some officers and drop them off. So we've had situations already where we've made contact with people, cited them for loitering in the eruption area, and we got their information, see what they're doing. So we are making contact with people in there.
Okay, that loitering, are they actually living in the area, or are they people that just are looking to take pictures or just wandering around aimlessly?
You have to talk to the police on that one.
Yeah. They're not much of talking to me.
I know that there's been a lot of people who've lost a lot more than Nakavale and Paradise Park. But I have a friend that lives in Nakavale, and SO2 is extremely high. And yesterday, when the air was flowing towards HBP on 20th, I have a friend who was jumping from it. And I wonder when the monitors are going to be placed down in those areas, in the HBP, and so that we have some accurate knowledge of what's going on.
far as HPP, let me let the Department of Health address that stuff. Sarah and Wayne, the State Department of Health.
Thank you, Thomas. In regards to HPP, right now there's no plans for putting one down there, but I'll take that consideration back. The Department of Health is picking up 10 more stationary monitors. We have locations for them across the island, and we're picking up about 12, I think, needs for those temporary monitors. So, yes, I understand what HPP is. I was down here yesterday, looking at the levels. Cost was high. Hanabali was up, the community center was up, and also Pahoa High School. My understanding was that it was an unusual event from the National Weather Service. There was a cloud cover or something above Fisher Lake. It was an inversion. Moisture was coming off of the base plume, and there was no winds. So basically, the SO2 and the particulates stayed in this area.
Why would Nana Valley not be considered in the danger zone? Because of the
The whole adjacent area is considered susceptible to fumes. So we put out our messages, like yesterday's message said, Pahoa and Lower Reef, East Rift Zone. And that includes the Nana Valley area as well. Okay, thank you. It is 6 o'clock, and we got to wrap up there. All the resources will be around the room, and I'll be up here if you got any more questions. Thank you for coming. We'll be here at 5 next Tuesday. You guys have a safe week. Thank you.